Good evening, friends. Today I am Dr. Rimadas Malik from Guwahati, Assam. I am coming out to you to give you some tips on glowing skin. I hope you are doing well and you are staying safe at home with a good skin and hair regimen. At least now you cannot say that you don't have time. We won't go by that excuse when it opens. So let's see how it goes. Coming to glowing skin, first we have to understand how we have glowing skin. What constitutes a glowing skin? A glowing skin should have ample moisturizer in the face. If your skin is not soft and moist, your skin will never glow. So first of all, you should know that your skin should be soft and supple. Number two, your pores should be closed. Your pores should not be too open. If your pores are too open, light will not get reflected back. So number three, you should not have any unnecessary spots and marks on your face to have a beautiful glowing skin. Beautiful glowing skin is something which every one of us want. There is no one, I think, who will ever say that I don't want a good skin or I don't want a beautiful glowing skin. So to have a beautiful glowing skin, what you should use and what are the things that goes wrong? Why don't you have a beautiful skin like you do when you take a photograph in an app? There are lots of apps to have a beautiful glowing skin these days, so we need not worry so much. But in real life also, it would be so good if we actually had such good skin. First and foremost comes the cleansing part. How to cleanse your face. Some people have normal skin, some people have dry skin, some people have oily skin, some people have combination skin. Now coming to that, let us know what type of skin you have. Many people come and they ask, मैम एक कुछ मशीन से देख दीजिए ना स्किन कैसा है, whether my skin is oily, whether my skin is dry, or whether my skin is combination. First and foremost, your skin type changes every day and it changes from season to season, and it changes with age also. When you are young, you have oilier skin, and with age it tends to get drier with decrease in sebaceous gland in your skin. Number two, in season also you will see that during summer, when it is too hot, your skin tends to be normal or oily. But during winters, your skin will be very dry. So how to know what type of skin you have? Most of us have combination skin because sebaceous gland is not evenly, distributed on your face. Generally, there is a part of face which we call as T area. T area is from forehead to nose to chin. This area of your face is the T zone and this is the C zone. T zone is generally oily. You will see that pores are bigger on these areas, but this area is generally drier. So most of us have combination skin. How to know what type of skin you have at home? Try this. Once you wash your face without any soap, you just wash your face with water, wash it properly, and wait for 1 hour without applying anything. Then you take a facial tissue and dab it on your skin and take out the tissue, and you can see how many oil spots you have. If you see that oil spots are equally distributed, too many oil spots, then definitely you have oily skin. But if you see that in certain areas only you have oil spots and certain areas there is nothing, then you have a combination to normal skin. In some people there will be no oil spot and you will feel it extremely difficult by not applying anything after you wash your face, because your face will be very dry. So by this way you will be able to know what kind of skin you have. Secondly, what kind of product you should buy when you don't have time to go to the doctor, or you don't know what to buy. When you go out to a mall or even in airports, there are so many beautiful products laid down here there and you don't know what to apply on your skin. So if you have a combination to normal skin, you can apply lotion, cream, even gel based on your what your skin wants. Like when we feel thirsty, we feel our throat drying up. Similar way, when our skin is thirsty, you will feel that some part is stretching and some part is feeling very dry. So accordingly, you apply the cream or lotion or gel. Oily skin people should stick to gel or serum, and dry skin people should stick to lotion and creams. Even serums are there, which are little oil-based serums. Even facial oils are there, which you can use. And a normal skin can apply anything. They are the luckier ones. Secondly, how to clean your face. some of us, what we do is we take face wash, we use it like this, and we use it like this. You are washing your hands or face. You should remember that. So what you do is you take a little amount of face wash or cleanser, use your tip of the fingers and use in the circular motion from inside to outside. You wash, you apply the cleanser evenly. Don't apply cleanser around your eyes because it is a very sensitive area. Remove the makeup with a cotton dipped in oil or any cleanser if you have. Remove the makeup from your eyes and lips with an extra cleanser, and then you wash your face. That is a safer way. Another thing is drying your face. Many of us, what we do is we take a rough towel and we rub our face like this. By doing that, we are harming our skin. Our facial skin should be something which we should, take very good care of. So what you do is take a very mild muslin cloth or a very mild towel, and you can dab your face like this with the towel or the hanky or whatever facial towel that you use to dry your face. Immediately after drying, apply a light moisturizer, especially because this is coming, the summer seasons are coming. That is why I am telling to apply a moisturizer. Moisturizer is very, very important. In some patients who have very oily skin, they think that their skin is already oily, so they don't want moisturizer, but that is not true. You should and you must apply a good moisturizer that is suitable for your skin. Next, after cleansing, as I told you, moisturizer at least twice is important. You must apply a good moisturizer. Whenever you think that your skin is otherwise normal to dry, you should apply a moisturizer, and on top of it you should apply a sunscreen. Sunscreen is the second best topic. It's my favorite topic to talk into. I emphasize so much on applying sunscreen that I say that even if you are at home at night, if you are browsing too much of net, and if you are in front of a screen, because your screen also radiates a lot of radiation, so don't forget to apply sunscreen, please. Always apply a very good sunscreen above SPF 30. You should go for a broad spectrum sunscreen that will take care of the ultraviolet A, ultraviolet B, infrared radiation, gamma radiation, everything. Gamma radiation comes from the stove, because nowadays we don't have maids or cook at home, so we are all cooking ourselves. So don't forget to apply sunscreen even if when you are going to kitchen. Don't forget to apply sunscreen in any means, whether you, irrespective of going to kitchen or not. Don't forget to apply your sunscreen. That is the essential things that you must apply. Sunscreen should be more than SPF, and most of us don't feel like applying sunscreen because your skin feels sticky. Someone says that my face becomes darker when I apply sunscreen. So on the top of your sunscreen, and those patients who feel your face looks shinier, there are matte sunscreen. You can get the matte sunscreen, and for the time being, if you don't get the matte sunscreen, you can use a compact powder. And you should also apply sunscreen on your, there are lip balm which are sunscreen based. You can apply a nice lip balm also, because now these days you can see a lot of pigmentation on your lips also, because your lip also need a lot of care. Coming to after the sunscreen, the third most important thing, see, when I have talked about moisturizer, you should also know that only from applying from outside doesn't help. You should take adequate amount of water. Okay, so a minimum of 3 to 4 liters of water is essential. You must have minimum 3 to 4 liters of water every single day. Good food, good nutritious food. Since we don't have option of binge eating on burgers and pizzas and momos and fast food, I think all of us will have good glowing skin with ghar ka khana, right? So try to eat multiple meals a day, and try to eat healthier things. You should add at least 2 fruits a day, and you should also take green leafy vegetables as much as possible, and stick to high protein diet. Avoid white poisons. White poisons are sugar and salt. Don't take too much of sugar and salt in a day. You should restrict the amount of sugar and salt, because too much of salt will cause water retention, and too much of sugar, we know, too much of sugar can get so much of health disorders, from weight gain to so many things. Another thing that is essential for your good skin, glowing skin, is a good cardio exercise. That is something which no one wants to do, but yes, 20 minutes of brisk walking will also do. If you have a terrace at home, try and walk a little. If you don't have a terrace, if you don't have opportunity to go outside, which we should not, being a good citizen of India, and for our sake and for our, everyone's sake, try and do some yoga. Take use of some multiple apps that are available. Yoga can be done, showing from the from the YouTube videos also. You can do multiple exercises, stretching exercises. Even Surya Namaskar can help you in so many ways. Once you do a good exercise, immediately after that you will see such a good glow on your face with when your skin is pumping a lot of blood in it. You will see the very good effect of exercise on your face also. Some people also ask, what are the food that we should eat to have good skin? For good skin, if you have a dry skin, you should have food which are good in omega 3 and omega 6. Omega 3, omega 6 fatty acids are very good for your skin. Especially people who are non vegetarians can have fish, and people who are vegetarian can have walnut or almond. Almond is a very good skin booster. It's a very good omega 3 and omega 6 containing food, so you should eat it. Then there are colored fruits we always say to have, but nowadays, because of so much of adulteration in the market, you never know which fruit is good, because people use multiple means to ripen the fruit. Some use color to ripen the fruit. So if you have a means of getting organic fruits, fruits which are colored like berries, berries, even vegetables like tomato, those are very good for your skin because they are very rich in antioxidant. Papaya, ripe papaya is good, carrot is good. So all these fruits and vegetables which are very good in color are very good if you take for your skin. Yogurt is a good food. Yogurt is considered a superfood, so you can always take yogurt in one of your meals. You should add yogurt. Multivitamins, yes, multivitamins, especially in this time where we have to really boost up our immunity. You should take a multivitamin tablet, uh, multivitamin capsule, whatever is available at home. You need not go out to the market to buy it. Whatever, I'm sure like me, lazy person like me, I also have multivitamin stocked up at home, because otherwise in a daily routine I don't eat. But now, since we have a lot of time at home, we're spending a lot of time at home, so try and use multivitamin. Take multivitamin. One another important thing, which is also good for your skin. I'm sure everyone will be interested in knowing it. Have you heard about glutathione injections? People take whitening injection, IV injection. I get a lot of query in my Facebook and Instagram account asking for glutathione injections. Glutathione injection, and then people are worried that whether it is safe or not. Glutathione is a very strong antioxidant, like other tablets like superoxide dismutase and xanthine oxide. There are other tablets also. Glutathione reductase, along with vitamin C, if you take, it will, number one, it will boost up your immunity. Number two, it will, make your skin brighter and whiter. Your tone, one tone brighter you will become, because it takes care of the melanin in your body, in your skin. It decreases the production of melanin, and you will become fairer. I'm not here to promote fair skin, but yes, people who have dull and who get tanned very easily from sun, those people can get a natural result from taking glutathione, and also it will help you in getting a very good glow. And the added advantage is immunity. Your immunity will be very strong because it will take away the toxins from your liver. It is a liver protective also. People who suffer from chronic liver diseases, many gastroenterologists also offer them glutathione tablets. Glutathione is so safe that we used to use it in ICU patients before to boost up their immunity, and then it was seen that the skin were becoming brighter and they were becoming fairer, and then it came to cosmetology slowly. Yes, people who are in media line, who have to get exposed to sunlight too much, they take glutathione injection. Many people take glutathione injection to get rid of pigmentation problem. It does help, and but now, since we are closed, so you should take a glutathione tablet, whatever is available in your pharmacy. Glutathione with vitamin C will help you more. Nowadays there are glutathione soap, glutathione cream, glutathione serum, whatnot. So at least take a tablet so that it will help you in boosting up your immunity as well. Then I was talking about the food, superfood that we were talking about. try and have as much fiber as possible in your diet. Fiber also comes from green leafy vegetables because it will improve your bowel movement. And when your bowel movement is improved, your skin will definitely feel better because you will feel lighter. You know, your people who have constipation problem and other stomach ailments, they tend to have no, they tend to don't have very good skin. It is somehow related there also. Then coming to use of toners and astringents. Toners, whether it is important or not. Toner is important for people who feel good on applying toner. As simple as that. People who are used to applying toner can use it. Too much use of toner is not good for your skin. You should not just spray toner on your face. Rather, it is better to use to take the toner on a cotton and then to smooth it out on your face and then apply your night cream or whatever. Then use of astringent. Astringent is good for very very oily skin. But remember that if you too dry up your skin too much in case of oily skin, that also your sebaceous gland it compensates and secretes more of oil, and it becomes too acne prone. So many people say that I am developing too much of acne, but my skin is very dry. It stretches up. So you should be very careful in applying whatever your doctor has prescribed. Please go by that. And if you feel that your skin is getting too dry on using the medically prescribed face washes, check out for salicylic acid, mandelic acid, glycolic acid. If you feel that your skin is getting too dry, you can switch to once daily face wash, and other time you can use a homemade basin or something for cleanser. And if you feel that it's still dry, then you can totally skip the face wash for the time being, and then you can use a cleanser, or you can use any home-based cleanser that many people use, like basin. You can use a scrub made up of very finely granuled sugar cubes and honey. You can just scrub it over, so your skin will get moisturized also, and it will get exfoliated also. Exfoliation is also very very important, because dead skin that is present on your face, it makes your skin dull. If you don't remove the dead skin, then you won't feel good. But scrub is not very good for oily skin. People who have too oily skin, they feel that if I use too much of scrub, it will take away the oil and I'll feel better. But that is not true. You should not use too much of scrub. Scrubbing is okay once a week or max to max twice a week, not more than that. You can use any homemade scrub. Like some people prefer using musur dal, piske they use for the scrubbing. Some people they like to use rice water added with milk as a scrub. So anything that whatever you feel good, because ultimately all these whatever products we use in our clinic also, like lactic acid peel. Lactic acid, it is a important constituent of milk and yogurt. So all these things you can always apply on your face. Even some mashed fruits like banana, if it is too mashed, you don't throw it off. You can apply it on your face because it has very good enzymes which will give you a very good glow. And also you can use a mashed banana on your hair if it has turned very brittle and dry. It will add a shine to your hair. So all those things you can follow at your home, which will add onto a very good skin when you come out. When we come out of our home after I don't know how many days. So till now, we know that our lockdown is extended till 3rd May. So till then, keep looking good and feeling beautiful. Whatever query you have, you can ask me now. And if you want to follow my page, you can follow Illumis Clinic, ILLUMIS, Illumis Clinic, CLINIC. Illumis Clinic is available in Facebook as well as Instagram. You can also follow my page as Dr. Rimadas Malik in Facebook. You can PM me or DM me. And if you want to consult me, you can just PM me. I will share my number with you. You can go for online video consultation also for any kind of queries. One last thing I wanted to add is, if someone has too oily a skin, you might think that I am using antibiotics given by doctor. I'm using all skincare product, but still my skin is not improving. Your acne is coming again and again. First of all, go for a hormone check. I'm sure your doctor must have told you, because PCOD patients mostly have too much acne, facial hair, obesity, thinning of hair on your head. So that is one thing. Number two, don't forget to wash your pillow covers, because pillow covers, they contain a lot of microorganisms, because all the time we are sleeping and taking naps at home. So your dirt and grease, whatever is secreted from your face, it is always stick there. And again, but you're washing your face, but you're not washing your pillow cover, so it doesn't make sense, right? So at least twice in twice day in 2 days, please wash your pillow cover. Another thing, check for dandruff, because some people have oily scalp. We think that we're not going out, so our scalp is not getting dirty. So why should we shampoo? We get lazy in shampooing, right? So at least alternate days, please shampoo. Please use a mild shampoo for your hair so that it is clean. Like, we are cleaning our face, but we're not cleaning our scalp. Then it doesn't make any sense. Also, clean your hair brush and comb that you are using on a regular basis. And this is also a very good time to clean your sponges and makeup brushes, so that when it is time to use them again, it is all fresh and new. Check your makeup items whether their expiry is still on. Sometimes we keep on piling items and we forget to check their expiry, and we keep on applying, and then when there is any side effect, we get worried. Oh my god, what happened? So always be very sure to check the expiry date of your products, whatever you are using at home. And don't forget to apply your serum, your moisturizer, your sunscreen, and whatever your doctor has prescribed you or whatever you have been using. Take care of your under eye area, which is a very delicate area of your face. This is the area where main signs of aging shows. Like other areas, you will not know how we maintain, but under eye area, sometimes we have very fine lines, we have dark circles, we have so many issues. That comes to another topic. So don't forget to apply a very good under eye cream. At times, my patients say that I used to apply this cream, and when I used to apply, it was very good. But now again, the problem has started. Definitely, it will start. You will have to take care of that area because it needs some attention. When you are at home, you can use cucumber slices or potato slices on your eye under eye area, or you can use rose water soaked in cotton on your under eye area to give you a very fresh look. So all those home-based remedies as of now, and when our clinic opens, most welcome to get treatments done, to get everything shortcut, because then you will again get busy in your life. Now, when we have time, let us utilize it to our best self, and keep looking good as much as possible. I'll go to your questions and I'll try to answer as much as possible. You can follow me on my Facebook page at Illumis Clinic and Dr. Rimadas Malik, and you can always message me. I'll be happy to help you. Keep looking good and feeling beautiful. Hmm? Hmm? Good. Hmm. Okay, someone suggested I can read out the questions and answer it. It will be easier, I guess. Yes. What can be done to prevent fine lines? Definitely, fine lines are a problem in dry skin. So you should apply a very good moisturizer. I'm not sure, you have not mentioned your age. So if your age is above 45, definitely you will have fine lines. So prevention, yes, you can use hydrating products, you can add hydrating mask, you can add a very good anti-aging cream to get rid of fine lines, and treatments definitely are available in the clinic. But now, since we are locked at home, so you can make a mask, anything where you can add a little bit of honey and milk, or the top layer of the milk, the skim, when we skim the milk, the top layer of the milk you can add, and you can apply it on your face, because it will add a lot of moisturizer into your skin. And use a very good moisturizer. When you once you moisturize your skin and you take proper water, you will not have too much of your fine lines will not show too much, I'm sure. And you can take omega-3s and omega-6 fatty acids as well. It will add value to your skin. What is the daily dose of glutathione? I already answered. uh, you should have at least 500 mg of glutathione along with 1000 microgram of vitamin C, and it should be better taken empty stomach, and it should be taken at least for 3 months to get good result. Can't you suggest me good treatment for skin tanning? Yes, of course. I already personally messaged you about it. You can add anything where you have yogurt or milk, because they are very good constituent of, they're very good. Lactic acid is there in milk as well as in yogurt. So you can apply like it a mask, or you can use it like a scrub. And then after the lockdown opens, you can come down to the clinic. Wherever you are, you can visit your doctor for glycolic acid and lactic acid peels to get a faster result. And don't forget to apply your sunscreen even if you are at home, because naturally also your your tan will go away in 3 months. Vitamins E capsules, see, whatever oil you apply, you can apply it for around 1 to 2 hours, and then you can wash it off. No need to keep it overnight. Best treatment for dark circle, see, there is so many reasons for dark circle. Why the dark circle is there, we have to understand first, whether it is pigmentation, whether it is shadowing, whether your eyes are based inside, so that your bony structure is little, your eyes are based inside, and your where we can fill up. In some patient you will see hollowing of eye, not exactly dark circle, it is hollowing of eyes. Your eyes are set inside, so you feel that you have dark circles. So from a very young age, some people have dark circle, where we can use hyaluronic acid filler to fill this up, and your problem is gone. In some people, like, definitely you have pigmentation. There I told you what to do. You can use a slice of cucumber, a slice of potato, and or if you don't have any of these, you can use any of rose water soaked in cotton. And don't forget, as I already mentioned, don't forget to remove your makeup each time, your kajal and anything. Over the time, if you keep on using it continuously over the time, and if you don't remove it properly, it also gets, lead to pigmentation. It also leads to pigmentation. So don't be lazy in removing your makeup. How to take care of melasma reoccurrence? That is a very difficult treatment to be done by any of the doctors. Melasma, what I have seen in my practice for now, hydroquinone. I'm sorry, hydroquinone and steroid I don't use. I'm not too much of a follower of hydroquinone, because ultimately it comes back, it bounces back badly, and I know how it bounces. So it has to be handled very, very patiently. See, skin care has to be very patient. You have to be very patient, especially if you have pigmentation. So tranexamic acid, oral as well as local application, does give very good result. You can talk to your doctor for use of tranexamic acid. Not in all, but yes, in some patients we really get very good result with tranexamic acid. Don't use steroid for longer duration. Can you suggest me good treatment for sun tanning? I already mentioned. How to pigmentation. Pigmentation can be of so many types. It will be another topic someday, because pigmentation can be a melasma, pigmentation can be freckles, so many kinds of pigmentation. Exactly what are you looking for? You can send your pictures, and you can personally message me. I have shared my link here. Please follow me and I'll talk to you. Which is better? Injection. Definitely injection is better. It will give you a faster result and better result. Doctor, does excessive sweat on scalp increases dandruff? See, when there is excessive sweat on scalp, Not only sweat, there is also secretion of greasy like substance like oil. So when there is too much of those secretions on your scalp, definitely there will be dirt, and it will your dandruff will definitely increase. Itchiness will increase in your scalp. So that is why I have asked you to wash every alternate days. And some people have to wash every day also, where their scalp is very very oily. Sweat it will not too much. I think oiliness will increase more. Is it safe to take glutathione without doctor's prescription? As of now, I will say if you are otherwise normal, because see, glutathione is an antioxidant, it has no such side effect like if you have liver, your liver is weak or something is that, because it will anyways help you. So I don't think it is totally contraindicated without doctor's prescription. You can take it like an health supplement like multivitamin or antioxidant. Preventing hair loss will be another topic someday, I'm sure, because first of all, find out why are you having hair loss. If you are a young girl, you might be having nutritional deficiency, because in India most of us are having nutritional deficiency. For the time being, start having multivitamin containing biotin and other products which will help in preventing hair loss. There are a lot of tablets and capsules available in the market. You can get back to me personally, I'll answer your questions. This I answered. Which are the fruits for glowing skin? Citrus fruit, definitely. Can you speak in values, of course? Face pack, depending upon your skin condition. If you have too oily skin, max to max you can apply twice, but I will still say once is okay. Once a week is okay. At the age of 45, what should be done for skin sagging? You are asking what should be done at home or clinic. There are lots of options to be done, but honestly, for skin that has started sagging, if you want treatment for sagging, then definitely there is nothing that you can do at home. But don't use too heavy a stroke on your face while massaging your face. You can, I just told you, use fingertips to use cream or whatever. Use a very soft cloth to just dab your face and not vigorously rub it. So those things can help you handle your skin with very very good care. There are some facial yoga available in YouTube. I checked that day. I'm not sure because I'm not that specialist. You can check out if it helps. For melasma, definitely we go very very uh, carefully, because anything which might increase the pigmentation, we don't go. 35% to 50% definitely for melasma. Acne scar we can go up to 70%, but lactic acid doesn't have too much in acne scar. Acne scar has to be some medium depth peel. 70% glycolic acid is good, or we prefer 35% TCA. How to remove black spots which have come after fungal infection? For how long were you having this fungal infection is important, because if you had it recently, I would suggest to keep using the fungal infection, the antifungal cream only, without the steroid, only the antifungal cream, maybe luliconazole or amorphine or ketoconazole, whatever you are applying. Keep on using it at least for 2.5 to 3 months, because it reoccurs. And you can also use a powder which is antifungal, because applying cream or medicine on those areas, because this generally happens in the folds which are very soft, and where we cannot use very harsh cream. So I would suggest you can continue using the cream or the antifungal powder for around 2 to 3 months, and if it has increased that period, then please get back to me, because I need to know which areas we're talking about. Yeah.